Triple M NRL Daily, the Journos edition. Adam Peacock alongside Danny Weidler from 9 News.
The Wicked Witch is dead. R360 gone.
Michael Chammas from the Sydney Morning Herald.
The Wicked Witch is dead. Adam Peacock gone.
Here we go. In the studio, Triple M NRL Daily Journos show. Michael Chammas, Danny Weidler. Good to see your smiling faces.
The end of the road. Sorry.
He's kind of dressed like one of the Boys to Men. Is that a Boys to Men song?
That's a Boys to Men
It is
haircut.
Boys to Men. I'm very
Let
happy.
me tell you.
It's good from you. Didn't expect you to know that.
Well, I didn't know, but you
You didn't know, but you guessed the one band that it was.
it just sounded like what it would be.
Okay.
And you're dressed like a bloke out of Boys to Men.
Thank
All white.
So old mate over here, he's been on his love boat. He was away last week. Luke Keary was very good, by the way.
He was excellent, wasn't
Very
he?
good
Yeah.
in that
Didn't
chair.
reflect in the ratings, though.
Very good in that chair.
I learned
That's
a
all I'm
lot.
telling you.
I learned a lot from Luke
I
Keary.
did. More than ordinary.
I can't disagree. I'm a Luke Keary fan.
And you weren't going to come in today until I reminded you of the fact that this is going to be our last show together
Ever.
for now.
Because you're dog dust. You're young enough.
I have been hearing the ads for you, Adam.
Already?
Yeah.
You got ads?
February 10, I think you're starting. Is that right? Am I right?
Your ears are everywhere. You love your radio, don't you?
February 10, Adam Peacock.
He's
There.
there.
Day after Super Bowl.
Wow.
Is that the right? Have I just plucked that out of nowhere? Is that right?
No, you're 100% right.
Yeah, keep promoting opposition. That's good, Danny. Yeah, that's good.
But
Right,
you
people-
weren't going to
people
come in.
forget
You were
that.
going to do it remotely before I
was.
reminded you.
Well, it wasn't. We were supposed to go one more, but it's that bad. We're finishing in this week. And I decided I'll come in because I'm a sentimental guy. I'm really sad about this coming to an end.
You're not. You want to host next year.
Well, might have some breaking news on that as well, actually.
Okay, go for it.
And
Don't
it's
hold
not-
it back.
Well, someone has knifed you.
You're usually the one who
Okay.
knifes people. Jamie.
And I'm not the knifee.
Okay, who is the
Mate,
knifey?
after a worldwide search, Charlie White, the producer, has been searching around the globe for a host.
Looking high and low.
High and low.
He's found one himself.
Correct. Charlie White officially unveiled
Ah.
as the Journos host for
Yeah.
2026, which it's a bit like Shane Richardson when he was the interim CEO.
Has to be a drive-by on Richo, doesn't
He
it?
appointed himself. straight
Worldwide
after.
search.
Was that like when they were searching for a coach and Sheensy got the job as well?
That's right.
That's because Buzz suggested it.
That's right. That's right. So, Charlie White, congratulations. Welcome to first grade. It's going to be good to have you, but we are sad that you're departing this beautiful.
I'm very sad, and I've really enjoyed like getting to know you more and working with you. Like you're an absolute pro, absolute.
Thank you,
pro.
Danny.
And I've, on this podcast, you've been a highlight.
Thank you, Danny. It's very hard for him to say something like that, but I know he thinks it. He won't say it, but he
Well, I
thinks
did
it.
come in, didn't I?
Yeah.
You're not going to get more out of me than actually coming in here.
Your presence says a lot, Chammy.
That's right.
Do you tell
my
you-
present. I did get you a present.
Do you tell your kids you love them?
Yeah, no, I'm emotional
do?
with my kids. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're
As
not
long as you got that.
Yeah, my wife and kids, but it's just you got to earn my love.
Mm.
And by leaving the show, you're not getting it.
I do appreciate the gift, though. For viewers on YouTube can see it. For listeners, it's the 818 Tequila Blanco. I love my tequila. This is interesting in the sense that I bought this bottle a couple of months ago, and I was pouring a glass, and my 18-year-old daughter walks in and goes, "Oh my God, that's Kendall Jenner's tequila."
Oh, is it?
I didn't realise that. So
Yalla, pop it open.
thank you.
We'll have some.
Yeah, you're right. You will not. You don't even drink.
I'll have a shot at the end of the show
Yeah,
to celebrate.
you
What
will
do you
not.
reckon?
You will not. But no, thank you for the parting gift. And now I know why Charlie was so nice with the parting gift, because he knows he's jumping into the seat.
Correct.
So, cheers. It's basically, here, have that, get out, my turn. So well done, Chuck. I look forward to I will be listening.
Is that water in there? Or?
No, it's,
Charlie might have leaked it out somewhere else.
no, but I will be listening, because this is, in my opinion anyway, the best rugby league podcast going around.
Well, Greg Pritchard gave us a good rap, actually. The great Lardy said how much he enjoys it, and like it's nice to get that sort of feedback because we get a lot of negative feedback in our lives. So, shout out to Greg Pritchard, and it's actually this is our first podcast. I mean, you do a lot of podcasts now, Chammy, I know, but
Here we go.
it's our first podcast, and I've really enjoyed it. I remember when we first started, I was a bit nervous about it all, and
Yeah, remember he walked in and he said, "There's not enough cameras in here for me." He's looking around.
So there has to be a
Well,
sledge.
the most fascinating thing about this podcast, that regardless of some of the garbage that's come out of your mouth over the time, and teaching me some Arabic as well, which I'm grateful for, is the fact that the number of people who've come up to me and said, "I didn't realise Danny Weidler had a personality."
Oh, no,
Wow.
Or a cat.
Wow.
Or a cat.
That's probably our legacy.
I don't know if I've got a
But a
personality.
good personality.
I don't know
That's
if I've
what
got
I'm
a
saying.
personality.
Yeah.
I think that is our legacy, though. The cat walker.
Absolutely.
100%.
I can't
that's how it
believe
is.
they didn't get some merch. Like
We will
just a
be.
dude
And you won't get a percentage of it.
walking a cat. No, actually, I could take you to court for that.
You will not get a percentage
I'll
of
cut
it.
you in.
Thanks,
I'll cut
mate.
you into the catwalker
Thanks.
merch.
Anyway, enough of the sentiment. Stuff that. Just a quick one. Later in the week, I'm happily enough going up to an Ashes second test up at the Gabba, and watching those cricket journos operate, like they're like they're a pack. They're a touring pack. And
The English guys or
everyone,
Yeah.
and the Australian guys, they like everything's going on, and they love the stories, and they love finding out what's going on. It's interesting at a game of cricket because the broadcasters and a lot of the ex-players are literally in the same room as all the print journos for 8 hours a day. So there's always a little story, a backstory going on. For you rugby league journos, what's it like travelling around? I know you're on the road for Origin a lot. You dip in and out when you want. You just done a tour to the UK as well. Do you actually enjoy it? Do you get more out of the touring experience than you would just sitting behind a desk?
Oh, definitely. Look, the thing you get most out of the Origin camps and the Australian camps and those sorts of things is contacts, because you're with the best of the best players for can be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, and they get to know you, you get to know them. And a lot of them put a face to the name or whatever, and they can see that you're not just, like the personality thing, you're actually a human. And what Luke Keary said last week, you've got to, that you learn that journos have got a job, what their role is and their job is. And I think players come to understand that a little bit more when they see you there day after day after day doing your work. And I think for me, that time with Australian teams and also particularly with Blues teams is invaluable as in terms of furthering what we do as journos. Like you get, you can, they in tough situations, they might then come to you and say, oh, that's a guy who's at Origin for 3 weeks. I probably can trust him because we talked about a lot of things, during that time there. So I think, for contact building, invaluable in terms of, mixing with other journos and stuff like that, or how you're still competing. Like I still want to, when we go into those situations, you want to compete and get the best possible story. It's not easy always because you're all together. And there also is a code, I think, Chammy, would you agree with that? That, there's some things that happen that, aren't that big a deal, but probably if you're outside the camp, someone might see it as a story. And sometimes you just got to go, okay, I've got a month with these guys. It's not worth doing that story to put yourself in a situation where you're ostracized, which can happen in those situations, for a month on tour or a month with an Origin team.
Yeah, 100%. Like when you go on these tours, sometimes it's about. I like to go from a contact building point of view, as Danny mentioned. But I'd been on World Cup last year. Players would come back from a night out. They'd be drunk. You'd be in the hotel foyer doing your work, and they'd be blind. And it's like, well, if you report that, they're not doing anything wrong. They've been allowed out. If it's the night before the game and they're turning up drunk, that's a different story. But if they're 3, 4, 5 days out, it's early stages of a tournament. Well, they look at that and they think, oh, okay, this guy, he's seen me in this state. He didn't report it.
Yeah.
Well, there's an element of trust there and a respect that, okay, you're not just going to rat us out just for a story.
No, like on the Kangaroo Tour, some of the boys were getting back late after nights, and they're perfectly entitled to do that. But we're not sitting there filming them, trying to get them, coming in from a night out at 7 a.m. or something. You just don't do it. If something had happened on that night out, then it's a different story. Obviously, if something legal had happened, or like if they got in any major trouble, then you have to worry about it. But if they're celebrating a win and they've just had fun with each other, and you just like on the recent Roo Tour, I didn't even think about when they celebrated and partied on the last night or the night they won the Ashes. You let them be.
But you are in the morning waking up, okay, making sure that there's something gone wrong.
Yeah,
because it's your head on the
That's a
chopping
positive
block,
first thought of the day.
No,
Well,
you've got to check.
We want it to be nothing wrong so we can go on and move on with our lives.
Because we don't want to have to, you don't really want to have to deal with that because then it's a difficult few weeks coming up. But, you check with the team manager or, the coach or whoever and say, hey, all clear, everything all right from, and
sometimes they'll lie to protect the players. But I think it's generally there is a code. Like I remember I had to do something at the 22 World Cup. I wrote the story about Victor Radley getting in that bar fight with the Irish player. At the time, I had to make a decision. It was getting around. I was getting told by other people within the game, and it was another player. It was in defense of his coach who was getting bagged. And I made the decision that it was a story. He got in a fight. It was in public, and I made the decision it was a story. Now, maybe the players felt like that was something that I shouldn't have reported on, but I think there's an element of, if you're having fun and it's harmless, good luck to you. But if there's a fight or there's an issue with police, which this wasn't at the time, by the way.
And Adam and Michael, the worry is that you don't do that story and someone back home does it.
That's the concern.
Now,
right.
I was speaking to my good friend Dennis, the Bullfrog Ritchie, about this many, many years ago. I did this, like he was on tour around early 2000s, and I got a story about a player doing stuff. I was back home, and it was a really big story. And Bullfrog said he still hasn't forgiven me for that because it caused him grief and also the other journos grief back overseas because I got it back home. Yeah, and it was related to the kangaroo thief story, which was quite a famous story back then.
Yes.
I'm not going to go into detail now, but it was a story that Bullfrog brought it up. Actually, we're on tour saying that because he was interesting. He was very concerned about missing anything. Like he could cover everything, but he was concerned about missing anything, as was I on the tour, because there are a lot of very good journos back home who could pick up the phone and make a couple of calls, and if you've missed something and they get it, you kind of look silly. Yeah, it does, but it can happen.
You were a victim of that. I remember, I think Carianis was
yes,
with you,
exactly.
Billy Slater, when he got, was it a fight?
No. What happened was the one that Carianis and I missed, which is really embarrassing.
Yeah.
We're on tour with the 2016 team, and we just finished the tour. Everything went well. Next, on the final, the day was due to leave. Bedell got a story saying Val's gone off to NFL. I got into the foyer that morning and said, Karen, did you know about this? He goes, no, I didn't know about this. So he's left to go to NFL like that morning. So obviously Bedell's got some good contacts with the management group in particular. I don't know if he got it from them, but of Val Holmes. And he took off to go for a trial or what do they call it? The combine or something, was it?
Combine,
Yeah. Well, oh God, okay, we missed that. But at least we both missed it. So
I think there's one there was Billy. I think Billy Slater got into some trouble one year.
I don't think I was on that.
And while they were asleep, the story broke home back in Australia. There's nothing you can do about it. Like you're asleep in the middle of the night, but it's hard.
It happens.
You're paranoid. You can.
Well, you get that call from your boss who's actually sent you and open up the purse strings to send you on tour, and you go, "Where were you on that one, dickhead?" Thanks a lot.
That's right. We paid for you to go, and you missed it. Well, that's in the situation of Radley a couple of years back. I found out too easily to let that go through to the keeper. I'm like, if I'm finding out from this person, it won't be long before everyone knows.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I was listening to another pod, not your cricket pod, but another one, which I do listen to your one.
Oh, thanks. You're allowed to listen to other pods.
Okay, with Atherton and
Nasser Hussain.
and they were talking about how whether they whether they talk a lot to the players or they come like with Stuart Broad they were talking about, I think, and saying that we'd never give him advice or tell him what to do, or I think it was that. Or maybe they were saying would Stuart Broad get advice from the playing group or offer players advice, but they don't do it. They sort of keep separate. And this is two former England captains who, if Stokes wanted Ben Stokes wanted advice, would he come to them? But he doesn't go to them, so they're clearly considered as part of the touring media group now.
Yeah.
Is that how you see it? Or
Yeah. So they're commentators firstly, and then
isn't he a Journo?
Well, Michael Atherton is the chief cricket writer for the Times, as well.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive for a guy that used to play cricket for a living.
Huge.
Like to be able to come up with those types of words, that's like posh words he comes up with all the time. So guys like him have been able to find another career path through the media and do it really, really well. But there is that defined line.
So there's a separation.
Yeah. There's a lot of the ex-players with the cricket. They make their opinions really known, but it's like if you're a current player, then you've got the force field up because you know that they're just making opinions because that's what they do, and they don't hold it against them. They just kind of look after themselves
Well,
in that sense.
Like on the recent tour, like we didn't go out. Well, I don't know if you did, but I didn't go out for dinner with the Kangaroo players. I didn't.
No.
I didn't
you
do
have
it.
dinner at 5 o'clock, so why would you go out for dinner with them?
They have dinner early too. They're 6 o'clock dinner people. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're all starving. So, but we didn't do that. We didn't even get close to doing anything like that. There was no organised thing. We didn't go out with the coaching staff. I've done that before. I've been out with Mal and Adrian Lamb and Michael Hagan and those guys for a dinner, but I've never, like, there is a separation. I've never been out with the playing group.
Well, he nearly got an invite with Kevvie because for a while there on tour, Kevvie thought he was going to be his boss.
Boss Chammy. Are we allowed to talk about that, Chammy? Or?
No. Hey, what I do know, you won't be going to the Blue Mountains for the New South Wales camp this year, and you must be really disappointed because you love cold weather.
I actually like it.
Yeah, well, no one else did because they're not going
what's
back.
happened? Is it gone?
Yeah, Lura.
Well, they're moving away from Lura.
Where are they going?
There's talk about
Bring back Kingscliff.
Back to Kingscliff.
Wow, okay, I'm happy.
Central Coast.
Not so.
And extra time in Melbourne. So and a bit of time in Sydney.
3 different camps.
I think they're going to mix it up a bit. Yeah. So maybe the view. Well,
Kingscliff on the way to Brisbane.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then maybe Central Coast when there's a Sydney game.
Right.
Maybe I'm talking a little bit uninformed information, but
I'm
I
used
think
to that.
And also then Melbourne, they'll just spend more time in Melbourne. So
because they did a couple last year when it absolutely hammered down for one of the games before it. And they
rained
lost some field sessions,
yeah.
didn't they?
Well, they had to go to Penrith for a session, and
Okay.
look, I think that
All the way to Penrith, 10 minutes down the road.
Well, no, but by the time you pack him in a
50
bus,
minutes
it's a hike.
to Lura.
Yeah.
It's about 50 minutes. Yeah.
There you go.
But I think that look, it worked for Michael Maguire, and the people at Lura were fantastic at the hotel there too. And the food was apparently great. The players were really happy with that. They built a gym, especially for the players in the hotel. Like they took out an area and made this whole, which we weren't allowed into to film, but it was in the hotel. They built a whole gym setup, and they were also talking about leveling an area of the golf course to make a field for the team. So they were all in. The Lura people were all in to have the Blues there as their team, but the Blues have said, well, we lost last time. We need to mix it up. I don't know if the players complained. I've got no idea. They seem to enjoy it. The golf course.
They got bored a little bit towards the end. That's what
Well,
I
you
was
got
told.
bored probably.
I only went to one camp. I got bored and didn't go back. No, but I think the players were like,
Okay, they had enough. Yeah.
but regardless of where you go somewhere for 2 or 3 years, you have enough.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing happened at Coffs Harbour. The same thing happened at Kingscliff. And also the losing coach thinks, well, that wasn't my place. Yeah, they want their own place.
Laurie inherited the
He
coaching
inherited that
staff
deal, yeah.
and the deal.
So Laurie going to go back and run it back in Kingscliff.
Coffs Harbour's where he had the success. Kingscliff was the demise of Laurie.
Yeah, that was
Ferg and
Fergo and
Yeah,
Dukes, the Joker draw and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was. I heard the story through. Was it you
Yeah,
who was telling
yeah,
the story?
yeah.
Like they only hung around in the pub because they were waiting for a cash draw. Like it wasn't like they were putting fucking $5,000. Oh, pardon me, $5,000 through
Huge job
the
of
last
F1.
show. Say what I want.
Yeah,
Stuff
go
is
for it.
Stuff is
$5,000
all-
through the chasing the 3 pyramids.
But
It was
look, it didn't work out well on that occasion. They did it. I mean, like, and,
no.
But when you lose, people look for excuses.
but there
don't
were
they?
other things that went on back in those camps that weren't good.
Yeah.
And Laurie's he's looking for something different. And the other interesting part of all this is that Craig Bellamy still hasn't confirmed that he's going to be part of it. They want him there. Obviously, there's been a lot go on at Melbourne.
Is Belliot going to finish at the end of the year? Is that the talk? End of 26?
Different subject, sure, Chammy, but yeah.
No, because I just got thinking about, because the topic we're talking about, we went on the tour,
Yeah.
and has anything come out about Kevvie?
I wrote the other week that there's been no rush to make him coach.
I'm just thinking they won't appoint someone with any ties to an NRL club.
Yeah.
Is Craig Bellamy what they're looking at?
The talk, as you know, is that Bellamy will probably wind up at the end of 26. But it's not.
We've
It's
been
not,
hearing that every year.
We've
for
been
5
hearing it
years.
every year. We don't know, but there are
He's
issues
gonna
in
end
the.
up at the end of 2018.
I know.
So what do you report? There's no rush to appoint Kevvie.
Well, I don't think there's been a rush. Well, they could have said to Kevvie straight after the Ashes win, as you know,
Yeah.
that you've got the job.
Yeah, that's right. But it hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened yet.
Mm.
But I think they're just going to sit back. And the excuse you get for the non-appointment of Kevin Walters is that he's contracted already. We don't have to
He's
reappoint.
not, is he? He's
Well,
got
apparently
one-year deal.
he's still in that. Like it hasn't been 1 year.
Yeah, well, I get there's no rush, but if you're convinced he's the man, it's just You know what it's like. You're back around the Journos. Yeah, Kevvie will be the coach,
Yeah.
right? That's not happening.
Well, so far that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And you're getting it. Craig Bellamy should be Australian coach. Is that
I
what
didn't
you're
say
saying?
no. I was just wondering if there is a reluctance to appoint Kevvie, what are they? Why is there a hesitance to appoint a guy who just won? Have they got something in their mind?
Well, Cameron Smith was in their mind, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, but that didn't work out.
What's to stop it working out down the track?
No,
So
I'm just trying to think who would be available.
Well,
And Craig Bellamy seems like
all the talk has been Bellamy ending at 26, but you'd never ever, I'd never back in a Craig Bellamy going to end his time at Melbourne story because it's been said
of course
so many times.
R360. The hell happened?
I know. I got off the boat and it was gone.
Well, wasn't Peter V'landys telling us all along it's not going to happen? And you know what? He was.
Yeah.
And to his credit, and I'm always happy to have a shot at games bosses, whoever. But to his credit, he led the game really well through this, and he stuck his neck out and said it wasn't going to happen.
Well, to be fair, he did think it was going to happen at one point because he turned around and enforced 10-year bans.
Yeah. Well, maybe he was worried it could happen, I guess. But he was saying what was it, cornflakes?
Yeah, but then he went from cornflakes box to 10-year bans. So
yeah. Okay, that's true.
The NRL
they
were
were
fearful
worried
of what it could happen.
They were worried something could happen.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. But he's been proven right that he said that players shouldn't sign, that they're being sold a mirage, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, the funding wasn't there. And I guess there's the...
Yet? Or...
Is that the reason? As I said, I've been on a cruise ship. I haven't seen anything.
Well, the
Just
reason... Well, they're saying that they want to do it properly and do it in 2028. But if you speak to Peter V'landys, he says it's dead. It's done.
I would have thought the reason they're moving to 28 is because
Post-World Cup.
of the bans that are in place from Rugby Australia, New Zealand, all the governing bodies saying that if you play R360, you can't represent your country. I would have thought they're waiting for the World Cup to finish.
Yeah.
That's why it's 28, not because... Is it funding, though? You're telling me it's funding?
Well, that's the word, yeah. They didn't have it all together.
There's all kinds of theories as well that they haven't had enough time to convince the Northern Hemisphere rugby bodies that they're actually going to be a good thing and we should maybe do this as a collab so that the players can still play international rugby.
Yeah.
So there's a whole heap of
Does the world need
on.
R360? Like, do we need it?
Rugby union might need it,
You reckon?
the way it's going. Yeah.
It's pretty strong in Europe.
It is strong in Europe, but there's a lot of clubs in England that have kind of on the financial precipice that they're looking at it going, there could be a better way of doing this, and this might be the way. Now, rugby league, a little part of rugby league, a little sliver of it, whether you want to call someone like Payne Haas going to it, would be seen as potential kind of side hustle for rugby union to get those rugby league players over. But the main concentration is to try and make something of a domestic or a product for rugby union audiences.
The funny thing about it is it's the league journos, us included, have made the most noise about all this.
So parochial about it as well.
But so much noise about it.
Yeah, because I had this chat with some of the guys involved in R360 in London. It's because nowhere in the world does anyone cover rugby as intensely as we cover rugby league here. Yeah, how many people cover rugby league in one city? Do you think there's anywhere in the world that cover rugby with that many journos?
I don't know,
No, it wouldn't happen.
There's not.
So for us, it's a big deal because there's a threat of losing players. But they don't. If it was a football, like a soccer competition that was starting up,
okay, good point. Yeah,
it would be massive in those cities.
Well, they tried that a couple of years ago with the have a look at it, the European Super League, and there was like basically riots out the front of grounds. It kicked right off. Now, I'm not saying this has turned into that, but what it did is put a little bit of fear through rugby league administrators, namely, I mean, PVL reports of him going up to see Payne Haas.
he did
face to face.
He went and saw him last Tuesday.
Was he close?
He flew up, did he?
He flew up to Brisbane.
Payne Haas, where was he before they...
Okay, so all the talk, and I have not talked directly to Payne about this, but all the talk was that he was favouring going to R360, and the opportunity was there. And I think that's the reason that Peter V'landys decided he better go and see him face to face. I don't think he saw Zac Lomax face to face. I don't think he saw Ryan Papenhuyzen face to face.
Well, it's a mark of respect for Payne, isn't it?
Well, Payne would have been the big one, right?
Yeah.
Payne would have been
The big fish.
the big fish. Like, this is serious. If he suddenly, he's a generational player. He's a future great of the game. If he's not already a great of the game, and if he had suddenly packed up and said, "I'm going to this, cornflakes operation, it would have been a big PR problem for the NRL and potentially a pathway for other players. So Volandis went and saw him face to face, which is, again, good leadership, I think, to get on a plane and go up and see him and talk to him about, why he shouldn't go.
Where did you meet? Just go to his house?
I don't know if it was in his house, no,
Okay.
but they met in Brisbane.
Yeah, right.
So, and I think it's good leadership, again, getting off your backside and doing that and showing, paying the respect that Payne Haas deserves to go and see him and explain to him why he should stay in rugby league and why this other thing was risky. And it was good advice in the end.
Very active from a chairman
Very,
to do that
very active.
when he's got a full-time job with racing.
Mm.
Wouldn't
Well,
Andrew
but
Abdo have
that-
been the guy to go up and see him? Or not saying that what Peter did was wrong. Well, just like organisation.
Or maybe he had a few things up there. I'm not sure, but I think it's the right
Maybe,
move.
yeah.
And also to the point I was making earlier, it wasn't something that they just were laughing at. They were taking it seriously. Like for the chairman of the game, as you mentioned, to go to Brisbane and meet with the guy, it shows you how serious the NRL were taking it and how important Payne Haas is to the game.
Zac Lomax, what's he going to do?
Well, you understand this, Chammy, under the release, Para have sort of like a first right, don't they?
Is that what they agreed to?
I believe so,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
I believe that they've got a first right of, whatever he does next, they've got some say in it. And I don't know if the obvious thing, Chammy's yawning. Well,
Sorry.
we're keeping up. You're on island time today, I think that's going on. But I mean, would Para want him back, Chammy? I mean, like after he said 1 year into 4 years, I want to do something else.
Oh, look, I don't. Their willingness to let him go suggests that they're not going to be in a hurry to bring him back. I, as I said, I've been away on a cruise ship, no reception,
No.
off the grid. I don't know the ins and outs of the
They
details.
don't
but
have Wi-Fi on the boat?
I didn't buy it.
Oh, you have to buy it.
Yeah, I didn't want it. I just wanted to
You
just
have
switch
to
off.
buy it.
Yes,
That's a rip-off.
$30 a day.
What?
Yep.
You're on a boat. How much you... What?
I bought it at the halfway point to make sure there were no dramas.
What happened when you turned
I
your
turned
phone
the
on?
phone on and I missed 2 missed calls from Weidler. I thought, what has happened? I messaged him and then he called me back. I'm like, oh no. And I was like, what's going on? He's like, I'm just checking in. When do you leave? I said, I've been gone 5 days, you moron. I'm glad you tried to ring me before then.
Oh, I'm supposed to. What do you want me to send out a special farewell because you're going on a family
No, I
cruise?
would have thought
I'd
that
had
in the
enough
5
of you in
days
England.
that you would have rung me and my phone would have been off.
Because you know what you told me? You
What'd I
told
do?
me you're going to try and take a complete break.
Yeah.
So I
So
wasn't
you
sure.
called me.
So you
So,
tested...
I wasn't sure where you were in the world.
I was in Vanuatu when you called me.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, I know what we're talking. Oh, Zach.
Zach. Yeah. I don't think Parramatta are going to be. They feel as though that money can be better spent elsewhere on the roster.
Does he go play rugby?
Potentially.
Yeah, look, the word is there's going to be maybe a Japanese rugby deal. I don't know.
Hang on, we're discarding the fact that there'll be half a dozen teams who will fall over to sign Zac Lomax.
More than half a dozen.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Mm.
So, and it's not like he was on a huge deal at the Eels. What was he on, 650?
Yeah, that's significant for a winger.
Yeah, but it's not like he's on overs.
No.
He's on. That's probably what he's worth.
No, he's a good player. Like,
Very good player. He's the best winger in the game, up with Brian To'o. They're probably the best 2 wingers in the game.
Coates, yeah. But
Oh, sorry. All right,
but that's around that. Yeah, he's around that space. But
he's in that conversation.
I think that I wonder if it would suit him to go to Japanese rugby for a year and then end up at the Bears or something. You know.
Well, I don't know what his motivation is. Anyone
Yeah.
spoken to him? Like, has
I
he gone on the record?
I've tried to speak to him.
Yeah.
And
Brushed you?
yeah. Well, he politely declined. I wouldn't say brush me.
Brushed you.
That's a brushing.
That's a brush.
It's a nice brushing.
Can you read the
It's a
message?
brushing.
I want to understand what politely declined is.
Well, I
looks
spoke
like.
I spoke to his agent.
I didn't even speak to him.
Oh,
I
that's
haven't talked to him. No.
It's a third-party brushing.
Oh wow, that's a good
And his
word.
agent said he politely declines.
I bet you didn't even ask him.
Well, I would assume his agent would ask.
Okay.
Papenhuyzen? That might be him calling now.
Oh, he's ringing now.
No, it's Jason.
Zachy
Riles.
boy,
Is it Jason Riles?
put him on. Let's ask him.
Oh.
Does he welcome you back?
Hang on. This is dangerous.
No.
Jason, it's we're on a live podcast at the moment with Michael Chammas and Adam Peacock.
Don't say a word.
we happen to just be talking about Zac Lomax. Have you got any insights you can offer us, or is it? Well, see you, mate. We'll talk later. There's another brushing.
This is good for you.
Yes,
This is what I wanted.
That's another brushing.
This is what I wanted.
That's a polite brushing, but it's still a
No,
brushing.
it was a C.
I love it. You answered. Danny 2024 wouldn't have put him on speaker and just
Hang
put
on,
him
I've got
the
another
spot.
message here saying,
Do
Your
that
withdrawal
again.
code is blah, 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 blah. Please do not share. If you are not requested. Oh, am I getting hacked right now?
Yeah,
Withdrawal
either that
code.
or your kids are into your bank account. So good
Well, I
luck.
don't, what's something called CoinSpot? I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
you're in
you've been
trouble.
hacked.
You're in
Am I
trouble.
being hacked? How do I deal with that? Okay.
I'm more, that was good. That was good from you.
Anyway,
Papenhuyzen?
well, again, all the talk had been that Ryan Papenhuyzen needed a break from the game, and Melbourne were of that belief that he genuinely needed some time out. And I talked to the Harry Grants and the Munsters of the world who said something similar. Again,
They seemed concerned for him.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Yeah, they did. It was genuine, like when we spoke to him at the Ashes.
but he's got to and I've heard stories, or I know that his family are even wanting him to take some time out, and he's got to consider what his next move is, whether it's something else altogether or professional sport.
Yeah.
However, if I'm anyone in the game, if I'm Parramatta, if I'm Jason Riles, I'm saying, hey, Pappy, remember me? You know,
Oh,
come and have a. If I've got Lomax money,
yeah, but I don't. Like, I get your point.
Yep.
I would take him at most clubs.
Yep.
But I think Parramatta are on a different journey with Iongi. I think
He's
gonna be a
terrific,
great
yeah,
player.
yeah.
So I don't think they'll go for him.
Yep.
Where are the clubs that he could land? The Bulldogs already went for him. Don't
Yep.
know if they'd go there again.
well, Gus flew down to Melbourne to meet him.
He got brushed like you did.
like Riles, he just brushed.
Face to
Right.
face brushing.
That was a real bad brushing.
yeah.
Dragons, mate, Gutho finishing up fullback. There's talk that potentially he moves to centre next in 27.
Mm.
Do you bring Papenhuyzen in? I think they both Lomax and Papenhuyzen, walk into contracts. It's just whether they want to do it or not.
Mm.
Apart from Charlie White hosting this particular podcast next year on Triple M, Emma Lawrence will be calling some footy. And
Yeah.
when we say
What?
call, play-by-play caller. You were really off-grid, weren't you? Because
So I wrote this in the column on the weekend,
this
Chammy.
was in his column. We'll get
Emma,
to...
Triple M caller.
Yep.
Good on her.
I think it's great.
Awesome.
And if anyone is able to do it, it's her. Like she's as hardworking a person as I've come across in the game, and she's a very determined individual. Hard on herself. Like she'll make sure she's good at it before she actually takes it to air. I'd imagine she'll be doing a lot of practice, and it's a hard role. Like to do that, like calling role, and to be engaging, but her knowledge is fantastic.
Oh, it's complete footy head.
Complete
yeah.
footy
So
head.
she won't miss
Well, she's
anything.
rugby league royalty, isn't she? She's from the Lawrence family, so
Yeah, but she's made it on her. Like she's made it without the Lawrence name. She's not
absolutely.
here
Yeah.
because of that. Some people get into different industries across the world because of their family name, but she genuinely made it because of what she's done as someone in the media. And it's great news for Triple M because now we hear less of Maroon. So that's
I love Maroon. I love Maroon. But look, if we're being serious, the rise of females in the media in league has been unreal. Like it's been a gradual thing.
yeah.
And I've seen it firsthand in our newsroom. Like we had Erin Molan come through there. We had Ros Kelly through there. Danica Mason, your favourite, Chammy. She started off as a 19-year-old working for free on the weekends just to get an opportunity. And look at her now. Like she's on Today's Show as their sports presenter, and also very prominent elsewhere in wide world of sports.
Vonnie?
And Vonnie was in our newsroom, but she'd been around a bit to Sky News and other places. But unbelievable host as well. And the interesting thing is, on the road, there's a lot of great female journos too. But the interesting thing is, when you go to England, Chammy, I mean, you and I both noticed it. It's all old blokes like me, old men.
Oh, there are a few involved in the
I
media.
didn't
There
see
were a
it.
couple.
I didn't see a lot. Not like
Probably not
here.
like you, no.
I reckon here it's like 50-50 almost, or close to it.
Yeah.
And there it felt like it was a throwback to me. I didn't like you'd turn up to a rugby league game and it was middle-aged men covering the game. Like you turn and there weren't very many females
There aren't
covering.
many, having spoken to people over there aren't many full-time rugby league journos because the
Okay,
game just can't. It's not big enough to sustain many full-time rugby
Right.
league employed journos. So
They've got some good journos over
they
there.
do, yeah, definitely, and they're very passionate about the game. And to be fair to them, they understand the game. They understand more about the NRL and what's going on than we do the Super League.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Without
they
a
follow,
doubt.
They follow both
Yeah.
competitions.
But out here,
Very
you're right.
closely.
There's it is. I don't know what the percentage split is, but you got the people like as well. Jess Yates, Lara Pitt as well working.
Yeah,
on
Lara's
Fox, and
fantastic.
You've got there's always younger younger people coming through, male and female, which is good to see in the rugby league world in particular. I did take note though that Charlie wrote on this rundown about Emma doing Triple M games. It said, "Do we like the move?" What would you expect?
What a moron! Is that the guy who's going to
Imagine we
host our
say-
show?
Jeez, he's going to be.
No,
we're going to have fun next year if that's
What
the
a
sort of
shit
question.
move they've made. No, of course we're like, but we're not.
We
just
like
saying
we
that
like the move a lot.
because
Yeah, it's a politically correct move to just get a female on board.
Yeah,
Is that what you
exactly,
wanted? Is
exactly.
that what you wanted from us? Some clickbait so you can
Oh,
knife us
Charlie.
again.
Is he on our side, Charlie?
Yes, you never know.
this is what he's going
He's
to
on
do.
News Corp side.
This is
I've
what
heard.
he's going
Oh,
to
News
do,
Corp Charlie,
guys.
yeah.
He's
Reedy
going to
and
come in
Buzzman.
here and he's going to try and divide and conquer. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, he's got
Okay.
another thing coming.
He'll get you all emotional and you'll lose your bearings.
It's not
for
hard
a
to
while.
make Chammy emotional.
No, it's,
Not
this is
hard.
true.
Well,
At all.
I have noticed, Chammy, since his podcast started, he's got a stain on your nice white T-shirt, which is giving me a lot of joy because you comment on clothes all the time.
I've
and
been looking at your shirt.
I
the whole
knew
time.
you'd been looking at my shirt.
What is this shirt?
It's just a T-shirt, Chammy.
Iggy's. Anyway.
Last one because
Adam's gotta
we love Scuttle on the show.
Oh,
It's
what do
the
you
stuff that does best.
Got some stuff for us?
Like, no, I'm just
Oh.
wondering if you've heard anything, any player movements. We talked about Journo movements and calling movements.
I got a DM that I saw when I got off the boat that Nick Meaney had met with Mal in Perth. Is that
Okay.
is that
Yeah, that's
out
interesting.
there?
No, that's
Is that right?
interesting.
I don't know. That's a bit of scuttle.
Mm.
Someone sent me a DM. Could be wrong.
Ruben
else is out
Garrick's
there?
off to the Roosters.
I heard that
Yep,
this morning.
looks like.
yeah.
Yep, looks that's likely to happen.
Wow. Didn't you tell me something about that in PNG? There was a drama there
Any
Drama?
No, there was no drama.
with Garrick and Manly and some sort of contract drama.
Oh yeah, well he had the same situation as Tommy.
Is that what
Turbo.
happened?
Yeah, yeah. So I think initially he wanted to stay, but then that happened, and now he's going to be with his mate Daly Cherry Evans.
I
So
think you can better offer it somewhere else. So fair enough. To take it.
and look, it's an ideal signing for the Roosters because they're going to lose Mark Nwanganitawase after 1 year, and Daniel Tupou maybe. I don't know how much longer he's going to keep playing. So that's and the Roosters also don't mind, or Robbo doesn't mind signing an experienced player. He seems to get a lot of joy out of either getting someone towards the end of their career and trying to get the best out of them, or revitalising a career. And Ruben doesn't need a revitalisation. He's absolutely the peak still, but it's towards the end of his career.
Gents,
Adam.
it's been fun.
It's been a blast.
It has been a blast. You're right.
No, in all
Fake tears.
seriousness, I've been thinking about whether or not I give you the rap, but I'm going to give you the rap
Oh,
on your
thanks.
way out because you have been the glue of this show. We've loved working with you, and I mean it when I say there isn't anyone like you in the media who's across all sports. You're not just a rugby league guru. You're across every sport except probably soccer. So yeah, no, we mate, we love you. We hope you do well over there. And if it's a 2-year deal, we'll see you back in 2 years.
So you're death riding him? Are you predicting his
Let's be fair,
demise?
he's not going to be good enough.
Are you predicting
be
his
back.
demise?
He'll be back. He's
Are you-
hopeless.
So I have to start sledging him in my column? Or?
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to do the ratings.
Well, you think Charlie's going to hand back his hosting gig? No chance in the world.
Tell me how to do this hand signal again.
Chord.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I think
right.
of
When your
you.
ratings drop, I'm going to be like, Chord. That's what you get for leaving us.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks,
Have a great
Adam.
summer.
Thank you.
See you, mate.